And today there are 3 billion plus people who uses Java devices, but none of them really understand what is Java. So yes दोस्तों, मेरा नाम है करण वर्मा and I am a Java backend developer, and today we are going to start a new chapter, Introduction to JVM. And we will also learn about the internal architecture of JVM. What is JVM? What is JDK? What is JRE? So हम सब चीज़ आज क्लियर करने वाले, सब चीज़ हम अच्छे से पढ़ने वाले. So अब लास्ट वीडियोस में हमने ये कवर किया था कि प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज क्या होता है, हाउ इट एक्चुअली वर्क्स एंड व्हाई डू वी नीड JVM, why Java is platform independent, everything. So अब हम उसके इंटरनल आर्किटेक्चर को स्टार्ट करेंगे, how Java internally works. So in Java, how Java code executes, we can see like हमारे पास एक सोर्स कोड होता है और वो मशीन लैंग्वेज पे कन्वर्ट होता है. दैट्स हाउ प्रोग्रामिंग लैंग्वेज एक्चुअली वर्क्स, लाइक यू नो कि our programming language is human readable format, and which is converted by the compiler interpreter, and it converts into machine language which is easily understandable by the machines in the forms of zero. It need to go through a process to conversion. Like see, we have a .java file. This is a source code. You can see that this is the source code, and this source code, it we need to convert convert understand how Java internally converted it to .class file. .class file is something, it is something of a Java language. You can sort it out like that. Like कि डॉट क्लास फाइल जो है वो एक जावा का अलग सा कुछ लैंग्वेज है, वो जिसमें विच कंसिस्ट ऑफ बाइट कोड. एंड ये जब डॉट क्लास फाइल है वो कन्वर्ट होता है कंपाइलर के थ्रू. कंपाइलर कन्वर्ट करता है एक डॉट क्लास फाइल. एंड ये जो डॉट क्लास फाइल है, जैसे हमने लास्ट सेशन में भी ये देखा था कि जो डॉट क्लास फाइल है वो ह्यूमन रीडेबल नहीं होता. आप इसको नहीं पढ़ सकते, आप इसको बिल्कुल नहीं समझ सकते, बिकॉज ये जीरोस एंड वंस तो नहीं होते, बट स्टिल यू कांट अंडरस्टैंड. सो compiler takes this source code, takes this entire file and convert this into a dot class file. And this dot class file is actually platform dependent. Platform dependent मतलब ये नहीं कि आप इसको कहीं पे भी रन कर सकते हैं. इसका मतलब ये है कि आप उस सिस्टम पे रन कर सकते हैं जिस सिस्टम पे JVM हो. It means it that system should have a JVM. Like यहाँ पे I have written like this code will not directly run on a system. We need JVM to run this. Because reason why Java is platform independent. You cannot use that source code and can run on any other systems or platform. So that dot class file is then converted into machine code by interpreter, line by line. Yeah. So that dot class file, which consists of some Java language, it converts into machine code by interpreter. So Java uses both compiler and interpreter. That what makes is Java platform independent. And yes, we can see the whole steps here. Yeah. It means bytecode can run on all operating system, as I told you earlier कि bytecode वो जो है वो बाकी सारे systems पे भी रन हो सकता है. हमें source code को convert करना होता है machine code पे, so that computer can understand. Yeah, we already know that कि machine source को directly machine तो नहीं समझ सकता, because वो English तो नहीं समझ सकता, because programming language has made it to like made for मेकिंग अस इजली, लाइक हमारे लिए इजी हो जाता है कि हम कैसे इसको कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं जीरोस एंड वंस के फॉर्म से विद द हेल्प ऑफ कंपाइलर इंटरप्रेटर. सो compiler helps in doing this by turning it into executable code. And what is that executable code? Executable code, like in your college days you have learned about C or C++, that what is the resultant file of any compiled file of a C source code or C++ source code. It is .exe file. So yeah, that is an executable file. This executable code is a set of instructions for the computer. This code is a set of instructions for the computer. After completing C, C++, we get .exe file which is platform independent, and we know In Java, we get bytecode. Okay. And JVM converts this to machine code. So that's why Java is platform independent, but JVM is platform dependent. And I will show you one more videos of that. Java compiler compiles a source code into bytecode, that is dot class file. Bytecode is some intermediate language of Java that helps in running directly on system. Bytecode can run directly on a system which has the JVM, not like if a system does not have a JVM, वो कैसे चलेगा भाई उस पे? So yeah, that's all. And we are going to start about JDK versus JRE works. It will create a basic fundamentals of yours. Yeah, we are going to start JDK versus JRE versus JVM versus JIT. JDK, you can just see the diagram just I have in my window. Like you can see, JDK consists of Java runtime environment plus development tools. And JDK stands for Java Development Kit. So you will ask me, like, hey Karan, what is that development tool and what is that JRE? Yeah, we will go more in detail about this. So just understand this. JRE is equal to JVM plus library classes. Library classes, which additional features you want to add in your program and all. And JVM is which is used to run the program or JVM consists of JIT, just in time. So we will go more detail about JDK here. JDK provides an environment to develop and run the Java program. Okay, JDK provides an environment. Environment like it consists of JRE to execute the program. And it have a compiler like Java C, what it is, JAVAC, and it have a archive after packing your file into a jar or where file. We will go more about this. And it does have a document generator Java doc and interpreter and loader. Interpreter loader, I will tell you about this when we were dealing with object-oriented programming. And after that, yeah, development tool to provide an environment to develop your program. It is kind of a package like a development kit. You know, kit is kind of a package, or you can understand what is kit. So it consists of JRE, a compiler, a archive, which consists of jar and var, and document generator like Java doc, and interpreter and loader. And then what is JRE? It is an installation package. Installation package. Yeah, what is that installation package? Yeah, it actually provides environment to only run the program. Only run the program. इसमें सिर्फ आप प्रोग्राम रन कर सकते हैं. ये नहीं कि आप इसमें क्रिएट कर सकते हैं. No, it is a environment, runtime environment, like used to execute the program only. So you can deploy. JRE क्या करता है? Deployment technologies प्रोवाइड करता है. User interface toolkits, and integration libraries like the libraries which you need to integrate, and base libraries, and JVM. JVM, you know JVM, Java Virtual Machine. After we get the dot class file, the next thing happens at runtime. Okay, class loader loads all classes needed to execute the program. JVM sends to code to bytecode verifier, and bytecode verifier checks that the source code and the format of code is according to the semantics and syntax and semantic rules or not. So it checks the format of the code. So here you will understand easily. जब आप ये पूरा diagram देखोगे तो आपको easily समझ में आएगा कि how it actually works. You just need to think and understand it very well. Because yeah, if you cleared it out, like आप इसको समझ गए तो आपको आगे आपके बेसिक्स क्लियर हो जाएंगे तो आपको इजी होगा बहुत जावा समझने पे, like how the things are stored and how memory management actually works. Yeah, everything will be sorted out. Okay, so compile time and run time actually पे क्या होता है? अब you can see compile time यहाँ पे जो डॉट जावा फाइल है, जब आपका सोर्स कोड है, whenever you are writing program, like you are creating a main method, main class, you're calling a function, like you have just called, everything you while you're writing before running, it's in a compile time. That is compile time. But when you run your program, that goes into runtime. ओके, जब आप प्रोग्राम लिख रहे हैं तो आप उस टाइम पे क्या होगा कि आपका जो प्रोग्राम है वो रन टाइम पे, कंपाइल टाइम पे, जब आप उसे एग्जीक्यूट करते हैं, तब ऑल द क्लासेस लोड्स इनटू क्लास लोडर and it checks by the byte code verifier, interpreter, runtime, everything. It happens in runtime. So compile टाइम पे जब आपका डॉट जावा फाइल है विच इज योर सोर्स कोड, वो जब कंपाइल होता है वो क्रिएट करता है डॉट क्लास फाइल, वी नो। सो उसके बाद जब ये जो डॉट क्लास फाइल है, व्हाट एक्चुअली हैपेंस देयर, जेवीएम इस टाइम पे क्या करता है, क्लास देयर इज अ थिंग कॉल्ड क्लास लोडर which consists of loading. Wait, let me show you one architecture of this. See, this is the internal architecture of JVM. Class loader consists of loading, linking, initialization, and there's some memory stack. Like some, there are some area where the mat information about the classes, objects, and all these stuffs are stored there. So it consists of class area, heap area, stack area, PC registers, native method stack. And yeah, you will ask me, what are these things? Yeah, I will tell you everything in detail. Class area, it holds the metadata. Metadata means data about the data, information of the class. Like, you know, at least these things, I think. So, and it consists of heap area, stack area, PC register, native method. Heap area, all the objects which are creating will be stored in heap area. जैसे कि आपने एक ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट किया एक मेथड के अंदर, एक क्लास के अंदर, सॉरी, एक क्लास के अंदर आपने एक मेथड क्रिएट किया, दैट मेथड, that object will be stored in the heap area. All the methods stores in heap area, and all of the temporary memory like variable name and all these things are stored in stack area. And it is kind of a, देखो इसमें अभी आप थोड़े से कंफ्यूज हो जाएंगे, इसलिए मैं बोलूंगा कि आप आगे और थोड़ा सा देखिए, क्योंकि देखो स्टैक एरिया जो है वो प्रोवाइड करता है टेम्पररी मेमोरी टू स्टोर द डेटा एंड रिजल्ट्स which we obtain from method execution. Like I have a data type, I have created a variable int a is equal to 10. It means int is a data type, a is a variable name, and 10 is my object. So A is pointing to object 10, which is in heap area. So 10 will be stored in heap area and A will be stored in stack area. I will provide you an incredible example of this with a diagram. So don't miss this video. Like इसको skip मत करो. And we have now PC registers. It maintains the log files of thread functions, what is thread and what are these things we will cover in the multi-threading sessions. And native method stacks. नेटिव मेथड, एज यू नो, नेटिव मीन्स तो आपको पता है, मेथड विच इज नॉट रिटन इन जावा। जैसे कि जो मेथड जावा पे नहीं लिखा हुआ है बट स्टिल हम उस चीज को यूज कर रहे हैं, एंड ऑल दिस नेटिव मेथड्स आर प्रेजेंट इनसाइड द नेटिव मेथड ब्लॉक स्टैक। सो इस स्टैक के अंदर है, जैसे कि जावा कुछ कुछ मेथड्स है जो यूज करते हैं सी और सी प्लस प्लस के, तो दैट इज कॉल्ड नेटिव मेथड, एंड नेटिव मेथड स्टैक कंसिस्ट ऑफ दोस मेथड्स, they're simple, nothing like that. And there we have like execution engine, which consists of interpreter and garbage collection. And interpreter, what interpreters do, we know that it converts byte code to machine code line by line. So yeah, it is going to convert bytecode instructions into machine understandable format. And there's one thing called garbage collector. There's one more session only on this garbage collection. Garbage collection is the process of reacquiring the heap space by destroying the unused or unreferenced object. This process is done by the garbage collector. So मैं आपको एक सबसे अच्छा एग्जांपल देता हूँ, जैसे कि I have, see, I have a girlfriend. So my girlfriends call me baby, and I have one more name, like Karan. So my girlfriend left me, and there's one more guy, Aditya, and she is with him. So she calls Aditya baby. So Aditya have two names, Aditya and baby. And now I am like मैं तो दुनिया में मेरा सब खत्म हो चुका है, अब मुझे इस दुनिया छोड़ के जाना पड़ेगा. Then I left the world. So I am like a unused or unreferenced object. So the garbage collector, which garbage collector वो जो है वो आएगा और इस unused और unreferenced object को remove कर देगा. I will give you example diagram on this. You will understand it clearly then. So these are the only thing. Java source code converted into .class file with the help of JDK because JDK consists of Java runtime environment plus development tools. Okay, so it converted into bytecode and then bytecode is converted into what? Machine code with the help of JVM. And when that machine code is converted, all the class loader, linking, and initializing, all the things happens at the same time. So yeah, wait, I will give you one more. So class area is also a method area. Yes. See, the class loader. Class loader subsystem is used for loading or reading the .class files and saving bytecode in the JVM method area. It performs three basic activities: loading, which imports the data; linking performs verification, as I have told you that the bytecode verifier; and initialization, invoking class variables or providing or assigning values to the static variables. And what is static variables? We will cover all these things. So, as still here, you already know what are these things. Yeah, I have forgot about the PC registers. These components hold the address of the JVM instruction, like which one is currently executing and where it actually holds, where it's actually stored. Stored address, thread address. Sorry, whatever, क्या बोल रहा हूँ मैं? Yeah, thread address. That which thread is currently running and executing and its address. सो जावा में खुद का एक पीसी रजिस्टर होता है. रजिस्टर लाइक वी होल्ड सम डेटा अबाउट थिंग्स. अरे पहले के टाइम पे होता था, टेलीफोन नंबर ये सब स्टोर करते थे रजिस्टर पे. या दैट काइंड ऑफ ओनली. So it has its own PC register to hold the address of the currently executing instructions or thread. Yeah, you will get more detail about this in multi-threading session. So wait for that session until this goes on. तो यहाँ तक तो सबने पढ़ा ही है. So that's it. I think I'm forgetting something, I think. Okay. I have I have forgot about the loading linking initialization. Okay. So I have already told you loading means reading dot class file and generating binary data. An object of that class is created in here. Like you can say loading is like importing the data, importing the class. It is importing the class and it will gathering the binary data of that where that object is created and located and all that stuff. No, 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 sorry. Yeah, loading means importing the data, reading the dot class file, and an object of that class is stored in the heap area. As I already mentioned like before कि heap area पे हमारे object store होते हैं. Yeah, and linking. Linking. Linking JVM verifies the dot class file. I already tell this before, like कि bytecode verifier जो है वो dot class file को check करेगा and it will check the binary code, sorry, जो linking, linking. JVM verifies the dot class file, and it will allocate the memory for class variables and default values. Like linking पे क्लास वेरिएबल्स को डिफाइन करेंगे और उसके डिफॉल्ट वैल्यूज दिए जाएंगे. दिस विल ओनली अंडरस्टैंडेबल व्हेन यू आर गोइंग टू व्हेन आई विल बी by doing practical, or I will be showing how it actually works, how the default values are going, what are the primitive data types. Just understand in this stage कि जब लिंकिंग होता है तो उस टाइम पे क्लास वेरिएबल्स को वैल्यूज असाइन होता है विद देयर डिफॉल्ट वैल्यूज एंड रिप्लेस करता है सिंबॉलिक रेफरेंस फ्रॉम द टाइप विद डायरेक्ट रेफरेंस. This will also not understandable by you, I think. Yeah, I know, but yeah, all these things will be covered in the next session. And here we have initialization, I think. Initialization, all the static variables are assigned with the value defined in the code and static blocks. So what are static blocks, static variables, and what is static keyword? All these things, it will also be covered in the next session. So Java contains a stack area and heap area. Stack area consists of temporary memory to store the data and results which were obtained from the method executions. Mostly, I will tell you that you can get it in a simple way कि stack area पे variables and identifiers जो है वो store होते हैं which are pointing to that object in the heap area. So, okay. There's one also more important thing, string constant pool, which will be covered in the string builder session, string versus string builder versus string buffer session. We have a whole lot session on strings. So yeah, just wait for that. So thank you. We'll meet you in the next video and happy new year. Please do like and subscribe and follow my channel. If you like that video, do comment in the section and I will provide you a link for the assignments for the notes. And from the next sessions, I'm going to provide you an assignments on the each of the topic which I will be covering. So yeah, just wait and follow. We are going to master Java in this 2026 New Year. Yeah, okay. Thank you.